ॐ लीलाशरीरं रणरङ्गधीरं विश्वैकवीरं रघुवंशधारं गम्भीरनादं जितसर्ववादं श्रीरामचन्द्रं सततं नमामि. The story of Rama's birth is riddled with mysteries. The elaborate yaga and yajna yields the payasam which Dasharatha distributes to his three main wives. Ramayana says that Dasharatha had more than 300 wives, but three, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi, were considered as his main wives. Now, Dasharatha distributes the payasam to these three main wives. This results in the birth of his four sons. Now, this story is well known, but there are many hidden details in this episode. Firstly, it is important to understand the two different types of yaga and yajna. One type of ritual is done for well-being of everyone. Another one is to satisfy the needs of an individual. Dasharatha, though had a personal desire to have a child, performed another year-long ritual which essentially satisfied large number of people. The story of how people drove in large numbers and were fed lavishly in that ceremony is documented wonderfully in Ramayana. One person even requested an ornament which Dasharatha was wearing, and he happily gave the same to the seeker. Yajna, Dana and Tapas are the foundations of Indian tradition. The central idea of Yajna is Dana. Everything a person has should be parted away during Yajna. Therefore, during the Yajna, Dasharatha even gives away his kingdom and wives. But they are given back to him in exchange to other things by sages as a part of ritual. The performer of Yajna is thus expected to renounce his wealth for the sake of needy. In a way, this can be considered as a way of balancing the powers. The king, who always collects wealth from his citizens, is giving them away the same to his people. The people who always give become receivers from king himself. The satisfied people happily wish for his well-being. It is this collective wish of people which resulted in the birth of Rama. The supervisor of Dasharatha's Yajna was Rishyashringa. He is described as a man without any bad vice. Only a soul as pure as his could lead the effort as great as this. It is a combination of all this which resulted in a miracle. The resulting payasam was distributed by Dasharatha in a very unique way among his wives. He gave half of it to his first wife Kausalya. The remaining half was again divided equally, and one part of this was given to his second wife Sumitra. The remaining quarter was again divided equally and shared among Sumitra and Kaikeyi. Since Sumitra received the payasa twice, it is said that she gave birth to Lakshmana and Shatrughna. There is another interesting anecdote in this episode. Unlike normal humans who are born after 9 months, these four were born after 1 full year. Traditional commentators say that it is because Ravana had to be killed only by humans. Now, normally it takes 3 months for the food to get converted into life-giving element in a male's body. Then it stays in female womb for 9 months. So essentially, a newborn would have stayed in parent's body combined for 12 months. In Rama's case, since there was no role of his father in his birth, he had to stay in his mother's womb for 12 months to be qualified as human. However, Rama's devotion to his father is legendary. So, the birth of Rama is the result of all these factors. Devas longed for him because he alone could slay Ravana. People of Ayodhya wished for him as the son of their loved king. Dasharatha deserved to be his father as he performed the difficult rituals in befitting manner with the guidance of a pure soul like Rishyashringa. In total, Rama's birth is a reminder to us that miracles do happen if a person can walk the difficult path with guidance from a learned soul and support from large number of people. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु।